Welcome back to Book Break and Merry Christmas. I absolutely love this time of year, and so I couldn't resist making a wrap up of some of the most Christmassy Christmas books you will ever read. If you are like me and you are a Christmas fiend and you want to read something that will get you feeling really super festive, boy have I got a lot of recommendations for you. I'll start by telling you the book that I am just about to start reading, which I am so excited, and that is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. So I got this one on recommendation from Carol Ann, who is another member of the Book Break team, and she runs our TikTok at Macmillan. Go over and follow her. She is fantastic, and she has raved about this book and this whole series. But this first book in the series, Love Light Farms, is set on a Christmas tree farm. So this sounds so perfect for me. It's going to be a really cozy, festive romance. All of the holiday feelings that I want. It's got mistletoe on the cover. I cannot wait to start reading. And it comes with the Carol Ann seal of approval. So I can tell you it's going to be really good. Another Christmassy romance writer that I really love is Jenny Bayliss. She is the author of 4 Christmassy or wintry romance novels, and they're all so much fun. I've picked out 2 for you here, her first and her most recent. So the first one that I read from hers, which is her first novel, is The 12 Dates of Christmas, which was such a fun, festive romance about a girl who sets herself this challenge through this app to go on 12 dates over Christmas. But she might just find that the person she has been wanting has been a little bit closer to home all along. And then Jenny Bayliss's most recent book is A December to Remember, which has a romance storyline in it, but also has a storyline about sisters. I love books about sisters. So this is the 3 North sisters who are reunited very sadly at the reading of their father's will. And it turns out they have a lot of hoops that they have to jump through in order to unlock their father's inheritance. So it's about this winter that they spend in their old childhood village. It's about them having to work together in order to succeed. And also the time they spend in that village may stir up some forgotten feelings about old flames. And an author whose name has become inextricably linked with Christmas is, of course, Karen Swan. Karen Swan is amazing because she has managed to become at once queen of the summer holiday romance and queen of the cozy Christmas escapist story. She does them both so well. So this is her latest Christmas paperback, Christmas by Candlelight, which is about a group of old university friends who have a reunion hosted in this grand house where they all get snowed in. And as they sit around reminiscing by candlelight, tensions begin to rise, long forgotten secrets come to the surface. So it's got romance, it's also got secrets and drama and twists and turns and a beautiful house and lots of snow. For some Christmas poetry, this really beautiful little book is the latest Christmas poem by Carol Ann Duffy, who was the Poet Laureate from 2009 to 2019 and wrote these lovely annual Christmas poems, which are always such gorgeous poems and also illustrated so beautifully. So this is the most recent one. It's just as beautiful as you would expect from a Carol Ann Duffy Christmas poem, and this one's called Christmas Eve at the Moon Underwater. So it's set at a pub on Christmas Eve, and it's about a talent show. And this is the kind of stunning illustration you can expect to see throughout it. And for some comical poetry, Brian Bilston is always brilliant. His poetry always makes me laugh so much. So this collection is called And So This Is Christmas and contains 51 seasonally adjusted poems. I'm going to read you one of them. First I want to show you, can you see that this is in the shape of a Christmas tree? This poem is called Needles. I wrote a poem in the shape of a Christmas tree, but then forgot to water it, and only a few days later there were words all over the carpet. And you can see the needles dropping all over the page there. Brian Bilston always makes me laugh. And one more poetry collection, because I do think Christmas is a lovely time of year to curl up with some poetry. We Wish You a Merry Christmas and Other Festive Poems is a collection of poems chosen and then illustrated by Chris Riddell. So you've got lots of beloved favourites in here, all really beautifully illustrated in Chris Riddell's trademark style. This one is A Visit from St. Nicholas. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, one of my favourite poems. The Christmas Star is a little collection of 3 festive short stories by Ava Ibbotson, a beloved author, the author of Journey to the River Sea, amongst so many other gorgeous stories. So this collection contains Vicky and the Christmas Angel, The Christmas Star, and The Great Carp Ferdinand. That one is about a hero with a difference. Ferdinand, the carp intended for the family Christmas dinner, wins over the household in the lead up to Christmas. A gorgeous book, perfect for reading together with children, is The Spirit of Christmas by Nancy Tillman. It's a really beautiful, gifty book. Again, beautiful illustrations. I had just nodded off at 4:15 when the spirit of Christmas stepped in through my door. It's a really magical story. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I'd like to be in that house right now. The Ice Children by M.G. Leonard, and gorgeously illustrated by Penny Neville-Lee, is a beautiful new children's adventure story that honestly I can see as being a future classic. It is inspired loosely by Hans Christian Andersen's The Snow Queen. So it's about children who keep being found frozen on pedestals of ice across the city, and a young girl called Bianca, whose little brother is one of the frozen children, has to go on this quest to rescue him. This is the kind of book that if it had been out when I was little, I would have grown up with and then treasured throughout my life. I think that's exactly what's going to happen to a new generation. Speaking of books that have been treasured through the generations, William at Christmas is a collection of all of the Just William stories that are set during the festive season. This edition was put together to celebrate 100 years of Just William, which is pretty incredible. And this book has got 9 stories in here about everyone's favourite troublemaker causing trouble over Christmas. If you love learning more about Christmas itself and the history and traditions, then a gorgeous book is Christmas: A History by Judith Flanders, which does exactly that. It dives into all of the incredible traditions and stories behind them of this holiday and of this time of year. This will give you a lot of facts that might be useful for any Christmas quizzing that you do over the holidays, but will also just fill you with awe about the real meaning of Christmas to so many people and so many generations. And then I'll finish off with some gorgeous children's Christmas books that really are not just for children. I am going to be playing with all of these over Christmas. So first up, the latest Alex T. Smith. This is The Nutcracker and the Mouse King's Christmas Shenanigans, written and illustrated by Alex T. Smith, who does create amazing, cozy, festive stories and illustrates them so beautifully. If you love the story of the Nutcracker, well, you haven't seen it quite like this before. The amazing, beloved late Lucinda Riley wrote, together with her son, Grace and the Christmas Angel, which is a beautiful illustrated story of family, love and Christmas magic. And the fact that it was written by a mother-son duo is extra special. This is a really heartwarming story about making Christmas extra magical with a little help from a guardian angel. I said earlier that 'Twas the Night Before Christmas is just my favourite Christmas poem, so I've got a beautiful illustrated edition here, illustrated by Stacey Thomas. So this really brings the story to life line by line. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. You can see it there, it just really feels real. The moment where the sleigh arrives with 8 tiny reindeer. But if you want an update on that poem, we have a crossover edition. This is The Night Before Christmas in Wonderland. So it's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas meets Alice in Wonderland. Santa finds an old forgotten Christmas letter from the Queen of Hearts and sets out to deliver her long-awaited present. So this is a really fun rewriting of the poem with the same rhythm, the same feeling of the poem, but a whole new story. But no stockings were hung by the chimney with care, no tree draped with tinsel, no treats by the stair, no mince pies. Vixen frowned. Not one candy cane stick, not even a carrot. This must be a trick. This is such a genius idea to combine so many beloved childhood memories of Christmas. So that gorgeous poem, but suddenly there's Father Christmas at the Mad Hatter's tea party. Wonderfully Mad. That's by Caris Bexington and Kate Hindley. And then finally, while we're talking about nostalgia, everyone who grew up loving Sylvanian families will love this sticker, Dress Up Christmas. I used to get so many of these types of books, these sticker books. I absolutely loved them, and this is a really gorgeous one filled with Sylvanian family stickers. So you have these beautiful scenes that you can then decorate yourself. You've got different outfits, decorations, and more to bring all the different scenes to life. I am not going to be gifting this to any children. I am going to be playing with it myself by the fire all Christmas. So I think you will agree that those are possibly the most Christmassy Christmas books you have ever seen, and I hope you have found some inspiration in there, something to read or play with over the Christmas season. If you've got any recommendations for me, I love reading about Christmas, so do drop them in the the comments below, and I will link here to a playlist of all of our previous Christmassy book break videos. And I'll see you next time.